Okay, so we'll get this 1 second here. I just want to make sure that mic is working before I do anything. Doesn't always like the pair. Okay, it's working fine. All right, so I'm not really sure where to clip this thing. I don't really have a whole lot to do today. I just kind of wanted to get a live stream going for the hell of it. Let me switch you over to this. This should work. Hold on. I've got you here. Verify. It's good to go. We still got audio? This should work. All right, and sync. Got you here. Verify. It's good to go. We still got audio? This should work. All right, and sync. Okay, we're good. So I got the chat up there, so I'll be monitoring. I figured we could, I need to do a test because like I explained to you guys last night, we're running all of our video servers and stuff in-house now. The only way to test it is to go live with it. So if it works here, which it seems to be working, the next step is gonna be in the vehicle. So I probably will take you guys along somewhere because we need to do a test. But anyway, thanks for joining, folks. It looks like we need to do something with the graphics real quick because some of them aren't showing, at least not the way they're supposed to be. But Trash Mountain update, most of that's gonna go. I've just been waiting until we're done unboxing. Dan sent us some lamps, so kind of like that one. I need to get a brighter bulb though. But there's only so much you can do here until you get out and test it. Like for example, right now, this is the performance on the video server in-house, and as you can see, this is CPU usage up here, and it's very low, which is good. Right now, we're using TeamViewer to connect into the remote video server, and see, I'm gonna try to add that text here that says how to donate and all that. So we're actually, this is not physically that machine. This is me running through my computer in here because that machine is, sorry headphone users, is in the garage. So I'm going to attempt to add the info on there. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, a lot of our new updates and changes were explained last night on the live stream. I did one last night pretty late. Normally we don't have to access like the front end of the computer like this, the streaming computer. This is just as I get it set up here. So hang on, you're gonna switch to the IP camera out there for a brief second. All right. Still have my audio? All right. Still have my audio? All right. Looks like it. Okay, I think we're rolling good here. Cool. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining. I want to do a little bit of an update here. Fundraiser update. We are up to 31% of our goal. We are at 75 with 25 grand, which is pretty cool. Thanks for that, folks. Don't let me forget the mic. I almost did. Let's get out of here. I'm gonna need to test this thing, obviously, mobile. So Is it getting dark out there yet? I don't know if I really have the ability to do that right now or not. I've got a lot I gotta do. A lot of the stuff I was doing earlier took way longer than I expected, but I guess give you guys a little bit of an update if you folks were not around. Oh, the opinion on the DJI drone ban. It's a prime example of our government being a bunch of idiots. Let's put it that way. Our government is the biggest joke ever. And before anybody says, oh, you voted for Trump, you voted for Biden. No. I don't care who you voted for. This government's a piece of shit. It's got nothing to do with Trump or Biden. Like, it's literally everyone. The Democratic governors are shit. The Republican governors are shit. They're all shit. And here's the problem. They're trying to ban DJI products. I can't run my business without DJI products. So I'm going to illegally import my DJI products. And Customs and ICE or whatever, or well, I guess it wouldn't be ICE, it'd be Customs. Customs can go ahead and come after me all they want. Because what they're trying to do is, realistically, they're trying to push people to buy GoPro and American-made stuff, and it's just one thing they're trying to get rid of is electronics from other countries. Here's the problem with that. GoPro makes an inferior product. Insta makes an inferior product. I will gladly buy American when the American companies can start making a product that's as good as DJI. So that's what I think about it, basically. I'm so sick and tired of our country right now. And I know some patriotic person is gonna come in here and be like, well, then move. Gladly. Here's the deal. Like, if I could pack up and move, like, I'm not saying our country sucks that bad, but like, if we had I don't know, if Texas was its own country, I'd be on my way to Texas right now. Let's put it that way. It's just these folks are so worried about what action cameras and what drones we're using, but they're not worried about people that are dying on the streets fucking hungry or people's health care. And they don't care about that. They just care about if you can buy a DJI camera at Best Buy. It's ridiculous. So anyway, we are running everything. Good question. Like, that's a legitimate question. We are running everything through the servers up there. That's going to be replaced by our data center here within probably just 2 or 3 weeks at this rate. It's going to be up there. Obviously, we're going to partition that off and make that a climate-controlled area. But we are running just an old cabinet with a fan in it. This got made fun of pretty heavy last night. I want to remind everyone, if you don't like it, you're welcome to send me a bunch of your money, and I will gladly do something better. But a wooden box with fans in it is no different than a server box with fans in it, right? This is temporary. It doesn't make sense for me to go buy a $400 rack mount enclosure for the server to last 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks. Just use what we have on hand. Drilled a bunch of holes in the top, put a big fan up there, put a big fan in the front. It pulls air through, like has a chimney effect, and it's keeping everything cold. CPU temps are right where they should be. No problems. I just can't have the server, because there's actually a couple of machines in there. There's a Mac Mini, there's 2 Mac Minis, there's there's 2 Mac Minis, 2 mini PCs, 2 Orange Pis, and then the Lenovo server in there, the tower server. I just can't have that stuff exposed because the dust and, it's not a dusty environment, but we don't want like dust and shit getting in it like that. So it works perfectly fine. I mean, I was a little confused by that last night. It's like, why should I go spend $300, $400, $500 on a rack mount enclosure that I'm only going to use for a few weeks? It doesn't make any sense. That box up there, I was bragging about this last night because I'm so excited. That thing saves us $2,000 a month. So that box alone saves us almost $2,000 a month in data hosting, web traffic, all that. So the streams and all that, they used to run in the cloud. Since 2019, they ran in the cloud. Well, actually, that's a lie. It's 2020. So in 2020, they ran in the cloud. I was wrong about that. 2019, we were still going direct from the car. But in 2020, we made that move to run everything through the cloud, which adds in our graphics and the anti-drop. So like if we lose signal in the car, we still have signal through the server. I really kind of pioneered a lot of that, and I'm proud of it. But, well, not kind of, did. But now, instead of running it in the cloud, we run it here. The only disadvantage of running it here is right now, if the power goes out or if the internet goes down, we're screwed. So to circumvent that, the data center up there, that's going to have battery backup to last 48 hours, 36 to 48 hours. I'll be happy with that. We have two internet providers here. So we got fiber and then we got cable internet. The cable internet kind of sucks, but it is a backup. So the cable internet will run our video servers, but not the actual servers for Project Weather Eye. So we're gonna have offsite backup. We're working with Don to do some of the Cyclone port server and data centering up here, if that makes sense, to kind of spread the load for redundancy. So in return for that, we will likely host redundancy for all of this on our other data center, which is in Georgia at Radar Omega headquarters, because that's all hosted now. It's not AWS anymore. Don put a lot of work into building a data center down there. So, and we're gonna do that up here too, but that gives us redundancy. So if we lose power or if there's an issue up here or something like that, then there's something that'll take over for it and vice versa. So the data center up here is actually going to help with the Cyclone port and some of the Radar Omega operations as well for redundancy, which is pretty cool. So every time you go to our website, projectweathereye.com or wxeye.org, it's the same thing. Every time you go there and you click and you go to the soundings page where you look at our soundings, our weather balloon flights, your computer, your phone, whatever, is talking to this. It's not going anywhere else. It is going directly to the server up here, which is cool. So you're kind of visiting us virtually, I guess. So that's kind of cool. I actually don't think the UPS is going to be that big, the power supply for the power outages. I don't think, because I think I'm going to make something myself, because I don't want to use those lithium batteries. I think I'm going to use deep cycle batteries and then a charger inverter, I think, to maintain them. I think, but we'll see. But yeah, it probably is going to be big. But we got plenty of space up there, so I'm not worried about space. But yeah, it's going to be large. So that needs a UPS on it before I leave. So before we leave to go storm chasing, I have to go to Walmart and spend $100 on some sort of cheap UPS. Even if it only lasts for half an hour, just something, because usually your power outages don't last long. It's just a quick hit thing. I probably need to do something about that. That's gonna come down, but just something to help us through little power blips. But I will not, it's not on the UPS right now. It's not mission critical. It will be mission critical as soon as we leave. But as soon as I leave here, that's gonna go on a UPS, obviously, just in case. But so updates in here. Some of you guys were wondering, this is a BE11000 router. That's going back. That's what I got to go do at Best Buy today. This is going back. It doesn't have enough balls for what we do. Well, it does, but I wanted something better. So we replaced it with a BE15000 up there with 10 gig Ethernet, which is pretty sweet. So here's kind of how the network works. I'm not going to show you in the server box because that's being hidden right now for a future live stream / video that will be coming in a few days. But here's kind of how it works. Our cable ISP here as well, we're not going to talk about that right now, but our fiber comes in through this. So this is our fiber optic line, comes into this breakout box or whatever. And all the internet traffic is really cool. All the internet traffic goes over this tiny little line. It's fiber optic, it's laser pulses, which is cool. So I got the danger, a laser in here, sticker on it. But this is the optical node terminal, the ONT. So this takes the fiber optic laser signal and converts it to Ethernet or network, standard network protocol. I know this is a mess. I will zip tie these, Velcro strap them and all that. I just wanted to make sure everything was working first. That goes into our router. And I know this is a little backwards. The router then goes into a firewall. The firewall serves all that stuff in there and a switch. I know that's backwards. Normally you would put the firewall and then like two routers. But the reason for this is because I just haven't moved it up there, and I have a plan for the network here. It just makes sense the way it is right now. It's not a bottleneck. It's all 10 gig Ethernet. We're fine because we have an 8 gig connection. So we've got all the bandwidth you can need. Can't possibly run out. So anyway, this also runs as our Wi-Fi and everything in here, and we've got, depending on your device, we get 1.5 gigs on the Wi-Fi anywhere. And then that actually has wired backhaul. You'll see the IP camera over there. So we actually run a couple of cords. We're gonna have to run another we're gonna run 2 more Cat 7s up here, 1 for each server, and then a switch. Here's the camera that gives you the wide shot in here. That runs on LAN just to come back in here, backhaul into the router. But you'll notice there's another cord, and that that other Cat 6 goes up and above my office, studio, whatever here. And it comes down. It's a new seat cushion for my truck. And it comes down here. I will secure this cable. Just haven't gotten to it yet. This is our front window that overlooks the parking lot. And it comes into this satellite router. This is also a TP-Link. I know a lot of people were making fun of me for using TP-Link. Guys, I've never had a problem with TP-Link. TP-Link's great. We used to use them all the time when I was doing IT at the bus company. We had a bunch of little satellite routers like this. Wi-Fi 7, tri-band. No, this is dual band. This one's dual band. The other one's tri-band. But 2.5 gig Ethernet on this one. This doesn't actually have any load on it. This is mainly just a Wi-Fi extension, because in this room, obviously, these are all tin walls. So you not only have one layer of tin siding, you've got two. So you got one layer, two layer. The router is way back there around the corner. And then you've got the back room there, which is 2 layers, and then 2 more layers there. So you got 4 layers coming through there. Your Wi-Fi speeds in here are trash with that door shut. So when it's open, they're fine. But as soon as you shut it like that, we go down from gigabit Wi-Fi, we go down to like 2, maybe 300 down and maybe 50 up if you're lucky. Now I could have plugged all of my stuff in, but it's just easier with, especially like the laptop and everything, to just run it on Wi-Fi, and same with the Radar Omega wall, just run it on Wi-Fi because it's not mission critical. But so what we did is this is plugged in to basically be a satellite router, an extender. It's a mesh network basically, and this thing is really good. I can actually stay connected to this pretty much anywhere in the parking lot. So that basically just gives us better internet in here. So now we have 1.5 gigabit Wi-Fi in here. It's just fine. Hell, probably even faster. I just don't have anything that does faster Wi-Fi. But that also gives us the ability to extend coverage out into the parking lot. And you'll notice over there is where I launch the weather balloons. I walk over into the middle of that field so that we're not hitting any obstructions, because I could launch them here, but I'm afraid that they're gonna get caught when it's windy. That would be embarrassing and a waste of a lot of money. So we launch, just take a short, 10-second walk over there. But the problem was, through all the metal of the building here, we weren't getting a signal. Well, now with the router right there in the window, we get a signal. So that allows us to blanket outside with good connection, because all of our wireless cameras, like this one here, are going through our network into the video server and making a production out of it. If that makes sense anyway. Let's see. So yeah, and that's this is a really common construction in this area for warehouse buildings or off, non-customer facing office construction, and just steel siding. So whatever. I had somebody, we've had a lot of folks too, Aiden and I want to bring something up too. We had a lot of people that were like, oh, you need heat in there. Why? You're in the middle of a storage unit. This is not a storage unit, folks. We have an office. We have a shitter. That right there is a heater, and I will show you what I have it set at. So I don't need the pity comment. I appreciate it, all the concern, but lots of people were telling me to go buy a diesel heater or a kerosene heater. Why? We have natural gas. I don't know where the disconnect was. It's 74 degrees in here right now. I could set this bitch all the way up to like 90. Hell, we can go to 99 degrees in here. And believe me, it'll go. So we've got about, I think we've got between 1,800 and 2,000 square feet total in here. Here and in there. That thing up there is a 3,000 square foot heater. I came in today and it was 62 degrees in here. I literally just shut it off last night. It's actually fairly well insulated, but I came in here and it was 62 degrees. I turned it up to 74. 11 minutes later, it turned off. It was at 74. So it took 11 minutes to heat this up. We got plenty of heat, trust me. Because I keep it warm in here because I want to be comfortable. I don't do well when I'm not comfortable, but Battery on this is gonna die, so I might need to fire up another one pretty soon. So anyway, progress. Progress that we made, not a whole lot. I am waiting on a couple of odds and ends that should be here, I think tomorrow or the day after Christmas. Like our top-down mounts when we're building stuff. I'm waiting on some adapters for the cameras. I'm waiting on another arm for this. Oh, nice. Yeah, nice. I just broke it. Piece of shit. Jesus Christ. Oh boy. No, man. Hold on. What a piece of junk. It was literally the cheapest one on Amazon. What do you say? There we go. Okay. I'm waiting on another 2 of these. These are just cheap podcast desk mic mounts. They're really chintzy. They suck. But they're perfectly fine for holding a camera. And we can use them to position a camera, you know, wherever we want over a table. So when we're building stuff, which is pretty cool. And then I got to get more of those IP cameras. We're going to put 2 there, 1 there. Probably another one over by the door. I suppose we could probably get these lamps put together. That's something I probably need to do. That's my my floor pile, but I gotta get Trash Mountain the hell out of here. I'm sick of looking at Trash Mountain. It was like 3 times the size. I've just been waiting until we're done with unboxing stuff because I'm trying to take the cardboard at once because I burn it. I got canceled the other day because I was burning it. Oh, you shouldn't burn that. You need to recycle it. Like, yeah, I could recycle it, but my 4-year-old kid gets a hell of a bigger kick out of burning it than recycling it. I mean, like, I get it, save the environment and all that, and I'm all for that, but I mean, you got to give me a little bit of a break here. Holy crap! I think burning the cardboard for a recreational activity is going to be okay. I couldn't believe that. Like, somebody was legitimately mad at me. I'm just like, holy Christ, guys, live a little bit. Like, if you want to cancel people for littering and doing all that shit, then do it. Like, I hate people that litter. I hate that shit. But you really shouldn't get after somebody for burning cardboard as a recreational activity. Like, whatever. So, see, this is a nice way to position these cameras how we want them. That's good enough for now. So, these are a real pain in the balls to put together, too. So, thanks, Dan. The plan with these is basically just for some odds and ends lighting. So we've got some shadows in some spots, especially in the office. I need 2 of these in the office to get rid of some dark spots. And then I got 1 for out here for whatever. These are a real pain to put together, though. As with pretty much everything that we've gotten for this place. Every time you buy furniture or an appliance or anything, you know it's going to be a pain when it's got these like plasticky wraps on it and it comes in like 17 pieces. Like, you know that thing's not going together in a nice, easy way. I'm probably only gonna have the patience to put 1 of these together. Yeah, so it was super nice out today, and it still is kind of nice out, but I walked outside this morning and I thought it was spring. I honestly thought it was spring. Yeah, these were quite literally the cheapest lamps that I could find on Amazon that stood up. And they're on it. I mean, they're not bad. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just when you take them out of the box, you can definitely tell they were made for from the finest of Chinesium metal. So I don't know. You got to screw this stuff together without tangling the cord and without cross-threading it, and it's super easy to cross-thread these. I've bought a lot of lamps like this in my day, and typically every single one that I buy gets horribly cross-threaded. These ones are going together pretty good though. It's nice quality Chinesium metal here. Hold on a minute. Wait, what? Hold on, I gotta go look at this. Hold on a second, I gotta look at chat. Hold on. I gotta get a mouse for this computer out here. But this place has come a long way. I think we've been here 2 weeks. Yeah, it'll be 2 weeks this Friday. So. You know, we've only got really like 2.5 months before we start really hitting storm chasing and stuff hard again. It's been so dead these past couple of days, or well, really this past week and a half, it's been so dead. The really only option you had to chase was to go out to the northwest, but I doubt that many people went out for that because it's a huge time investment, and it's also a huge money investment to get out there. Like your chances of actually making any money are quite slim, and your chances of potentially losing money and going into a financial crisis are quite high. So is what it is, but it's kind of a high risk, low reward. I mean, because from what I was gathering, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, there were major problems out there, but it wasn't like the Hurricane Hillary situation we had in California. Not that it was expected to be, but that was kind of the last like major event that I remember out west. Or the fires. I mean, we had the fires out there too. I didn't go for those, but you guys kind of get the point. These things are hit or miss some days. But other than that, there really hasn't been anything. Lake effect snow season just didn't exist this year. I mean, Buffalo, like the Lake Erie stuff, I mean, seriously, has there been a big lake effect event out there? No. There's been a couple of lake effect events, but they've been pretty piss poor, pathetic. And I don't remember the last season where we didn't really have a winter storm chasing season out there. Usually we always do. So it's just really strange to not have that this year. And the lakes are going to be freezing up soon, especially with how cold it was. So I honestly, this might be the first year in 6 years. This might be the first year in 6 years where I haven't gone to Buffalo or Western New York for a lake effect snowstorm. And that's just really weird. Put that one right there. See, there's just some shadows in here. I got to get brighter bulbs, but it is what it is. I hope that we salvage our winter season. I'm a little bit annoyed right now, to be honest with you, with our current state of weather. Yeah, it does save gas, Thomas. It's true. I mean, I haven't spent squat in gas. But the problem is we're not making any money sitting on my ass. And that's a huge problem right now. And I'm definitely getting a little nervous here the way things are going, because I look at this and I see a lot of money going out and I don't see a whole lot coming in. But this happens every year. Like, there's always this big, like, oh my God, what is going on? How are we gonna survive? Like, what happened to the weather? Hold on a second. I just plugged you into charge. That always happens. Is this, hold up. Is this, hold up. Something's wrong. Give me 1 second here. For some reason that IP cam is frozen. I think I know why. I hope you don't lose the mic as I walk in here. I don't know if the mic is gonna survive or not. Oh, it looks like it is. Hold on. So this is why I've got the computer up here in the background. Because I'm using it to tweak some settings that a lot of this stuff I can't really make adjustments to unless I'm live. And the IP camera, I forgot, I think it's set right now when we take it off screen. Yep, there we go. Hello, okay. So when we take away from the camera, it's pausing. It's like pausing it and then caching it. And then when you go back to it, it starts playing from the cache or from the buffer. And you end up with this like 20-minute buffer. So I just fixed that. I forgot that was a thing. But this happened, what I was saying was this happens every single year. And like, usually it's earlier in the season though. Because usually by now we're doing Dixie Alley and all sorts of weird stuff. Jesus Christ. But this year's been weird that it came so late, because usually by now, like I said, just a ton of severe chases, snow chases usually. But there's this crisis, I shouldn't say crisis, but there's this, like, holy cow, what's going on with the weather? Like, did the weather just quit? Like, are we ever gonna storm chase again? It happens every year. And it usually lasts like 2 weeks. This year it's definitely lasted longer, and then all of a sudden it'll be like a light switch gets flipped and it'll just be nuts. And then before you know it, it's gonna be May again. Like, it always, like it's really easy to get frustrated with it, and it gets very slow, but it goes by really quick all of a sudden. Like, you snap out of it really quick. And I think it's because it's not really that anything is actually going by that slow. I think it's just because you're so reliant on the weather being something that you notice it when it's slow. Because it's really been slow for about 2 weeks. And if you think about it, is 2 weeks really that long of a time? Probably not. But it's also good that it is slow, because we've got a lot of other stuff going on, like our weather balloon stuff. I have to get these probes built. I think a lot of these probes are gonna get built in February, I think. That's probably when that's gonna be built. Somebody had a super chat, I see something's up there, but. Well, somebody sent one, but I can't see. You can see on my screen, I don't actually, it doesn't show me who. Well, that's dumb. Well, thanks for your super chats, guys. But as you can see, like when I'm logged in as the creator, it doesn't actually show me the activity. Well, that's dumb. But anyway, thanks for your super chats, folks. I see the memberships up there too. I give up. YouTube has got to do, like, seriously, like, they got to fix this chat. Because, like, if I'm logged out and if I'm not logged in, if I'm logged out, I actually can see all the activity, but when I'm logged in, it masks a lot of it, and it's really annoying. But I do look at all your super chats and read them all after the stream. Same with the GoFundMe stuff. I know a lot of people have been donating with the GoFundMe, and we appreciate that for Project Weather Eye, for the mission coming up. But I don't see them as they happen. I do get a summary at the end of the day, though, obviously. I guess I can give you guys a little bit of an update here with our inventory levels. All right, I gotta flip you back to camera 1. Unplug you, hopefully that doesn't mess it up. That might have messed it up, hold on, stand by. Unplug you, hopefully that... There we go, we're good. So, this obviously is gonna get organized. I'm gonna buy 2 more of these. These shelves are so nice. For $88, these are super nice. So I'm gonna get 2 more of them. That's why this is a mess. But obviously, I'm not worried. So the parachutes, those are the parachutes. Those don't concern me. The balloons, there's 20 balloons here. Those don't concern me because Paul can overnight ship those to us. I can have them here in a minute. Same with those, but those are also much cheaper. We have 4 radiosondes left from the fall order. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys something I'm not trying to create pity, I'm just trying to show you guys the grand scheme of what we're doing here with this operation and why I take it so seriously. $225. $225, so that's what, $550? $225. $225, what, holy shit, that's, God damn it. No, it's not, $450, whatever, that's what, 900? God dang it. Yeah, because 200 times 4 is 800. And then you have, so it's 900, okay. Remember guys, I told you I should have dropped out of high school, and that right there is proof of why. So yeah, 900, so that's $900 worth of radiosondes. And then here, this is actually our first order. So thank you Intermet for putting me on a net 30 because we couldn't do this if we weren't on a net 30. Every month, we're gonna get 25 weather balloons, or radiosondes shipped in. This is basically a primer order that came through. There's 15 of them in here. And this is just to kind of get us ready. So starting in January, February, March, April, May, there's gonna be 25 of them that come in. So this gives us like 4 to mess around with here. But once the project starts, we'll have, let's see, so January 25, February 25, March 25. So by April 1st, which is really gonna be the mission start date probably, we'll have 75 of these things. And then we'll have another 25 coming in the middle of April, and then another 25 coming in the middle of May. So that'll give us 125. So we're gonna have plenty of these things. And then they're gonna continue through the rest of the year, but those are on a net 30. So you can imagine how expensive this stuff is. And I'm not doing this to turn this into a financial audit here, but I'm just telling you guys this to show you guys the scope of it, because this really is something bigger than just live streaming. Obviously we're live streaming everything that we do, but this is huge. And right now I am funding this, basically I am, and you guys are, but everything that the GoFundMe doesn't cover, which we've exceeded that, but what it doesn't cover, I'm paying for, utilizing sponsors or partners or my YouTube revenue or whatever. So I'm not entirely sure where all of this cash is going to come from, but I do know that we've been doing a pretty good job on making it come in so far. But this is something that's for the greater good, and we're obviously sharing this data with other researchers, so this is going to be a really, really cool project. I'm really looking forward to it. And then the probes. So these are only a few of our video probes. I shouldn't call them probes. It just sounds ridiculous. Few of our video units. These are the ones that last 6 or 7 days. Those are the high power ones. These are the low powered ones. These are super lightweight. There's only 3 here. There's several more of them at my house. I just haven't brought them yet. But these are the smaller data packs. Super light, carry them with one hand. I need to build like 20 of those and then 20 more of the ones that actually stick in the ground. The only thing is, I haven't ordered any of that stuff yet because I've been trying to direct the money to the radiosondes because there's a little bit of a weight on those. Intermet's a small business. They are serving a lot of people. And I have to put an order in ahead of time and give them some lead time, which we've done. But I was trying to get them paid before we ordered any of that stuff. Because this stuff I can order and get it here within 2 or 3 days. That stuff I can order and I get it in a couple of weeks. So I was trying to make sure we had those orders start. So I think at the end of January, we're gonna make an order on probes and try to build them in February. I was gonna try to build them now, but there's no reason to outpace ourselves. These are very simple to make. They're very easy to put together. We drill one hole and the rest is internal. And then they get, we walk over here to the computer and we program the SD card on the Linux machine that's in there and we put a SIM card in it and it's ready to go. So that's pretty simple there. We don't really have to build any video probes. We got plenty of them. But these data packs are going to take some time, but I really think that a person could probably build them all in a weekend. I'm not too worried about this. That's why that's going to be kind of the last thing. Obviously helium. So I made some decisions. I was going to run 2 small tanks in the truck because these are so much easier to move around. I was dying laughing last night. Some of you guys noticed my, hold on a second. So somebody the other night made a comment, and it wasn't a malicious comment. It was funny. Made a comment about my helium tank, my tank of 3,000 psi compressed gas was not safe because it wasn't secured to anything. And I told that person that it actually is secured. So you'll notice that I can't pick this 180-pound piece of steel up with my, see? I should be, this thing only weighs 180 pounds. I should be able to pick this up with one arm, and see that I can't do that. That's just proving that this is actually attached to the ground with magnets. The floor is magnetic and they're super strong magnets, and this will never tip over by bumping into it. Because as you can see, you can absolutely not bump into that and knock it over, causing some sort of injury. It is properly secured to the ground with magnets. Super strong ones. And the person who made the comment wasn't being malicious. Like it was kind of a joke, but that's empty, by the way, people. That's empty. Don't worry about it. This one is not. And I was dying last night. Look at this. So I have secured it to my plastic shelf just so people would stop talking about it. I went back through the comments and there were a couple people that were like, "You stupid piece of shit, that thing's not chained to the wall." Well, guess what? Now it's chained to my plastic shelf. Or should I, honestly, I think the plastic shelf is more so chained to the tank, because I think if the plastic shelf goes over, the tank's gonna hold it. But this is obviously an inert gas. Helium's a noble gas. It's not gonna blow up. It's not explosive or anything. The hazard with this is if it tips over and it breaks off the valve, it could potentially become a projectile, and it absolutely could, but we have a nice flat piece of concrete here. This thing's not going anywhere. It's fine. We are gonna be chaining these to the wall. I just haven't gotten to it yet because we're gonna have to have a couple of these. But back to what I was saying, I was gonna get 2 of these smaller ones. I can do 4 fills. I can do 4 balloon launches of our regular size balloons, 8 of our small balloons, but those small balloons aren't gonna be used very often, primarily the large ones. 4 of our normal size balloons. So I was gonna have 2 of these tanks, but it actually costs more because the cost per cubic foot of helium in here is more expensive than buying it through here. So we rent these tanks. This one needs to go back to air gas because they're charging me like $1.50 a day for it sitting here, but I just haven't gotten to it. This thing right here will do about 7.75 balloon fills, basically, with this. Now, 7.75 of our big ones. Now, that's obviously more than 4. The only issue is, obviously, with that 0.75, you get to a point where you run out and you have to do a changeover. And it's like, well, so if I have 2 of these, we can do, in case there's any leaks or something, we can do 14 launches, which is fine because there's an air gas pretty much anywhere. They stock helium tanks pre-filled in these cylinders. So I can stop in, exchange it. It's no big deal. 14 is plenty. Even if we do 14 in a week, I can, at the end of the week when we're out deployed in the planes, we can go and swap it out. It's no big deal. But the issue is that you don't necessarily get full fills out of this. So even with 2 of those, there's gonna be that chance that we're using that last one on reserve, and you're gonna have that like half fill. So same with this. So I'm actually not gonna get the little ones, even though they're easier to manhandle. We're gonna get the big ones. I'm gonna put 2 of those in the truck. I was exaggerating. They don't actually weigh 180 pounds. They weigh about 150. So that's 300 pounds in the bed of my truck. And I will tell you what, just having one of these in there makes the truck ride better. That truck rides like crap with no weight in the back. Like the springs are stiff, the shocks are stiff. It's made for off-road. It's uncomfortable with no weight. So a little ballast back there is not gonna hurt. That's 300 pounds. I mean, the thing's meant to carry like 2,000 pounds. It's fine. But so we'll carry the 2 of those. And then I'm gonna get a small one. They make like a little 40 cubic foot tank. It's like here down. It's a little baby tank. And I'm gonna get one of those because that's enough for one launch. But the nice thing with that is that's gonna be our little transfer thing. So let's say we're running low on those and you're on your second one and you're on that last fill and you're like, well, shit, I'm out. Well, you have 40 cubic feet, which is enough for one launch in reserve. So we'll have that little baby tank with us when we're deployed just to help us squeeze the life out of this. Because otherwise our second tank is only gonna get 6 fills and I'm gonna have to waste a little bit of the last fill, basically just waste it by giving it back to air gas or, not using it because I can't do a full launch. Does that make sense? That way we can suck these things dry and then have that little backup on there and then exchange them both. So that's the plan with that. These are obviously expensive. That's $263 for that one. That's $400. It's $393 to be exact. Plus $1.50 a day to rent them, which is daylight robbery in my opinion. And if I go buy the cylinders, I can't get them filled easy because I have to drop them off and leave them for 2 or 3 days. So I have to rent them. I have no choice. But it is what it is. So we're gonna have a couple of these. We're gonna get some little 80 cubic foot cylinders for Aiden's car. Aiden's not gonna launch these big balloons because he just doesn't have room. Aiden's gonna be more of like a ground crew for us to help us out because it's always easier with 2. But we have some 100-gram balloons that he can launch. He can actually launch like 3 or 4 of them off of that little 80 cubic foot cylinder. So when we're doing a lower altitude sounding, we can still utilize Aiden. Yeah, they lay down in the truck. Yeah, they lay down. They don't stand up. It would be over the cab of the truck. They lay down. And it's you're not supposed to transport them laying down, but I mean, it's not going to do anything. The only thing that happens is when they're laying down, you get a lot of condensation because you've got that compressed gas coming out. So I'll show you this one. The valve gets really a lot of condensation on it. So because you're going from like 2,000 PSI to 80 PSI, right here, this restriction, the regulator, because this is a regulator here built in. This regulator makes it get very, very cold and it gets a lot of condensation there when it's humid, when you're filling. And when it's cold out, if it's below freezing, you have to wipe that condensation off or you get a bunch of ice on it. If it's standing up, that still happens, but not as bad, I've found. That's the downside, but it's not a big deal. Like it is what it is. So I would love to stand them up, but there's just not enough room. I mean, shit, this would be sticking up over the top of the truck, and then it would make things too top heavy. It's not, so we just lay them down because then we get more room too. So that's kind of what we're doing with that, which is pretty cool. We're trying, what I want to do is I want to crowdfund enough money with this operation that we can do regular balloon launches. I would like to launch a balloon here every Tuesday and every Friday, and then adjust that if there's severe weather. But every Tuesday and every Friday at noon, I would like to launch a balloon from here. But we're talking about $700 to $800 a week, and I obviously don't have that. But that's why we're running the GoFundMe, because like we need to launch more balloons. This isn't a hobby. That's where there was a disconnect last night with some people. This is not a hobby. This is a service. Like we are legitimately a crowd-funded, research-based operation that is going out kind of on our own dime here to make the world a little bit better and taking you guys along with us. That's how we're funding this. A lot of people are like, well, how are you paying for this? We are not. You guys are. By watching these live streams, by interacting them, by sending us money on the GoFundMe, the Super Chats, PayPal, whatever. That's how this gets funded. This is not just about storm chasing. This is about doing something more than that. Like some people were concerned, oh, you're taking a desk job or something. I'm not taking a desk job, guys. This is anything but a desk job. If all I did was storm chasing, we wouldn't have had a live stream for 3 weeks. Doing this gives us more content, and that's how this is hopefully going to pay for stuff, because now that we have a place and other things to do other than just drive around, now we have other things to live stream and make content on, and I'm hoping eventually once it gets going, it's like a circulating thing here. So anyway, some of our sponsors include obviously Radar Omega, SDS Weather, Cyclone Port, Kmart. I just like showing off this brochure because that's a cool picture. I think it's photoshopped. We really didn't have a helicopter up there, but you get the point. This bottom part is not, obviously the balloon is, but you get the point. This photo is not. That's from a weather balloon, a Kmart balloon. Scientific Sales, the Totex weather balloon folks. Airgas is not a sponsor. Don't even get me started on Airgas. I need to switch you guys over to another camera. So hold on a second. You're not going to lose picture, but you're going to lose audio because we're pulling audio from the camera. So I'm going to switch to that camera up there, and you're going to lose my audio for a second. I got to turn this one on. we should be okay now. I had some batteries mixed up, and I thought one was charged and it wasn't. We should be okay now. I had some batteries. So I had to figure out which one was which, and it was taking me a good quick minute there to do that. Sorry about that. This won't be a problem here soon. So, anyway. I'll go ahead and take you guys in, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff here that we switched over with the server, and then I need to run that back to Best Buy. I got to tell you guys about this thing that happened at Best Buy the other night. So I got a $10 gift card because I pistol whipped a guy with a Cat 5 cable or a Cat 6 cable, and I know that sounds ridiculous. I'll tell you the story, but so this lovely member of society. Hold on here. Let me get this set up here so I have to figure out how to do this here. Stream. I forgot how to pull. Hold on, guys. I forgot how to pull the stream here. Well, this isn't working at all. Because I with the new server and everything, I forgot I had to add in the screen capture here from the computer. That'll work. Almost. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I should be able to hit this button and you guys should come alive. There it is. Okay. Audio is probably not as nice. Oops. How do I fix this? God damn it. Hold on, where's my mouse at? It's on one of the other screens. Okay, so, alright, that's working. So, I was at Best Buy the other night, and I was trying to buy a Cat 6 cable for the one of the servers and all that, right? I'm gonna try to get the chat. And I'm back there, so I was at the one on the east side of Madison. Any of you locals know what I'm talking about? It's Madison's not a shitty place. I don't know why it was like this, but I'm back there by the networking in that back. Yeah, I appreciate you letting me know. Nobody told me. Hold on. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. I don't know if it will or not. I appreciate you for letting me know. Is it or not? Okay, let's nope. See if that. Hold on a second. think I see the problem. So, give me one moment here. I'll get it fixed. Well, this is gonna if it's a problem with my. I think it's actually my microphone. This is nope, that's still broken. All right, so let me look into that real quick. Again, this is a first test run of everything here. So just one second, guys. So let me and again, thanks for I appreciate you letting me know. I can't. There we go. Just give me a second, folks. I'm aware of the problem. Just one second here. It's the sending it in the wrong format, audio format here, I believe. First of all, it's on software encoding. That's part of the problem. But it's fine right now. Yeah, I know, guys. I know there's a problem. I'm working on it, folks. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, it's unfortunately it's not a. Unfortunately, I do have to do a few things here. It's like the sample rate or the whatever. It's all messed up here. Just one second, guys. It's better right now because we're on a different camera with a different mic. So please just 1 second, folks. That's all I'm asking. Just give me 1 second here, and we'll get it fixed here. I have to flip back and forth. Just a minute. Just give me just a minute here. Okay, this probably broke it again. This probably broke. No, we're good. Sort of. This probably broke. No, we're good. It might not stay unbroken though. So I had the like the audio sample rate or whatever, or not the bit rate, the whatever. I'm not an audio person, but the sample rate or the whatever was different on the computer. So give me because we're pulling from a different mic because I don't have the other microphone adapter right now. So give me because we're pulling from a different. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit quieter, guys. But again, it's just one of those things we're gonna have to all just I guess deal with here for a few days until the proper adapter comes in the mail. So is what it is because this mic doesn't work when we're using the computer because it's going through something else and I can't go through the main switcher because I don't have the adapter. It's just it is what it is. So let me put this back. No, definitely not frustrated. Just working through it is all. There's a lot that goes on in here. I wish it were simple. It's not. All right, so that puts you back on the computer mic. That might have broke it again. I that might have broke it again. So yeah, I know it's a little quiet, but unfortunately, folks, it is what it is. I know that's not maybe what we all would like or what I would like, but it's either that or I don't stream. So I guess I'm just gonna make it work. But I think I fixed it. Either that or I don't stream. So I guess I'm just gonna make it work. But I think I fixed it. All right, so that's where we are. So anyway, I was back in the corner there in Best Buy, and this dude was just like tweaking out, and no, there's no problem anymore. It's fixed. It's fixed. Tweaking out, and no, all right, we're good on that now. No, the sound is perfectly fine, folks. I'm listening to it right now. We're good on that. Yep, it's good. So, but anyway, I understand it's low, but that's basically the last time I'm gonna address that. But I was back there in the corner trying to buy a networking cable, and this like crackhead Santa Claus looking idiot comes up to me, and he's like, I don't know, he's like doing something with his coat. He's like acting all weird, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. I just thought he was like a strange individual, and like so I just kind of like it's a pretty narrow aisle, so he was like going this way, and I was going that way, and I was kind of looking at stuff. So I just kind of like stepped forward and I was like closer to the shelf to like let him go behind me. And like I could feel that he was still behind me and I'm like, well, this is weird. So I like took a step to the left and I kind of looked around and he looks at me and he's like, if you say anything, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And I just said, excuse me, and I like threw my arm out at him and I like pushed him back and he's like shoving Lenovo like laptop boxes or I don't know, or whatever, something Lenovo, probably laptop, but like in his coat, and his coat's full of these. And I'm just like, oh hell no. So I'm not gonna get into a physical altercation over somebody that's taking property that's not mine. If it was a mom and pop store, I probably would have, honest to God, probably would have thrown the guy on the damn ground and taken the shit back from him. But it's a big box store, and I'm not risking an altercation here and getting hurt for a big box store. If it was a mom and pop store, I have no problem doing that because they can't afford it. But so I'm like, oh hell no. So I go find this dude that works at Best Buy, and I'm like, hey, listen. And he starts yeah, we don't have any what's the sounds
And he starts,
yeah, sound is fine, guys.
yeah, we don't have any.
Sound is perfectly fine. I don't know. But anyway, so this guy's like freaking out. So I go find this dude that works at Best Buy. I'm like, hey, listen. And I think this guy thought I was about to like rob him or something, but I like grabbed him by the arm and I was like, hey, there's a fucking idiot back. It's exactly what it says. There's a fucking idiot crackhead or something back here. It looks like crackhead Santa. Old dude is like 60, white hair, whatever. He's back there stealing a bunch of shit. And this guy like gets on his little walkie-talkie. He's like, Steve, we need you. I don't know if Steve's security or what, but as this guy starts walking out, Steve starts walking toward the old guy. I'm like, no, this idiot over here. And now I've got the full store's attention, right? And keep in mind, this guy's already told me he's going to kill me. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. I don't know if this guy's legitimately got a weapon or not, but I do, and I'm not about to die. But anyway, so I'm kind of between these two at this point, and he goes up to this little dude that works for Best Buy. This little dude, this little Best Buy dude was legitimately like gonna stop this guy. Like he like steps in front of him and he like goes to grab him and like take the shit out of his coat because I told him it's all in his coat. And the dude grabs him by the arm and like pushes him into the freaking like TVs. So I've got no, I think it's in there. I've got a like the Cat 6 cable. It was a 50 footer, so it was a big one. You know, they've got it wrapped up in like an 8-inch coil in my hand. And my first reaction is, well, obviously I'm not gonna like pull a weapon on this dude because like he doesn't have one. So I'm like, well, all right, my first knee-jerk reaction was it was actually my left hand, was to take it and like whip him with it. So I like took a step forward. I smoked this guy as hard as I could across the face, gave him a bloody nose. He drops the shit and he like runs out of like waddles out of the store and leaves a trail of blood from his bloody nose out the freaking front of the Best Buy. And this little guy that worked at the store was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." And I'm just like, honestly, man, that was my first reaction. And the security dude was like, oh, "Yeah, I was gonna punch him." And I'm just like, "Well, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of made me feel better." So um, that was that. And he got away, but he had a bloody nose, and he didn't get the shit. So that's what happened when I was buying the stuff for that. I got a kick out of that. So I thought that was kind of funny. And so the manager gave me a $10 gift card. I'm like, well, that's kind of nice of him. But so restored faith in Best Buy because like they were legitimately trying to stop that guy instead of just like, which is good because a lot of people just let him go. And I get it. You know, it's not worth the confrontation. But if people start getting away with stealing and robbing, people are going to keep doing it and all of our prices are going to go up. Like you have to make some sort of an effort here instead of just letting them walk away. Like Walmart just lets people walk away. Apparently Best Buy doesn't. Good for them. But Steve was apparently the security dude. Steve took a minute to get there, but yeah, this he grabbed this Best Buy employee and was like pushing him into the TV to like get around him. I'm like, oh hell no! So I'm just freaking like backhand like whipped the guy with the Cat 6 cable, still coiled up. So it was like it was like getting whipped with a freaking rock. I mean, that is probably what 3 pounds of cable, and you freaking whip them with that, and it's got the like cardboard piece on it, and gave the asshole a bloody nose, and I don't feel bad about it. I'm probably gonna get banned on the internet for saying that, but I don't feel bad about it. It's legitimate crime, and honestly, the amount of money that the amount of product he was stealing was probably way over a felony. Because if it's over $1,000 in this state, it's felony. So, um, sucks to suck, old man, but you can't go and try to steal like 3 or 4 laptops and expect people not to say anything.
Like that's so shitty. Like I understand times are tough, but Jesus, man, that's ridiculous. Like especially in Madison, it's a very I almost said the word. It's a very progressive community where you can pretty much go anywhere and get assistance. So that was ridiculous. I don't know. So I like the people at that Best Buy. I really do. Good for them for standing up for their store, which is good because that brings prices. Who the hell? Who's this? I think that's the neighbor. Yeah, that's a tow truck dude. But anyway, that's that. So I will show you our website. So when you go to our website, keep in mind the website is still hosted by Squarespace and all that. But like when you go to our website, you get something that looks like this. And this is where all of our radio sounds go. So this little widget right here, this is all hosted on that server out there I was showing you. Click on view sounding and look at how fast that loads. That used to take 3, 4, 5 seconds before because the server in the cloud was slow. But all this data is being served directly off of our in-house server now, which is pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy with that. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys. That's how you view it. Here's our GoFundMe. Oh, we're up to 7,700. So somebody must have donated at some point, right? I don't know what we started with, but I know somebody because I think this was an odd number. But anyway, we're at 7,700 on the GoFundMe, so we're at like 30 something percent here of the goal. I appreciate that, folks. And if you go down here to Rise 26, if you click on Learn More, this is a video, by the way. I know it's not obvious; it doesn't autoplay, but that's a video. If you go to Learn More, you can actually read a little bit more about our mission, um, more about the different efforts of it or facets of it. Buy some merchandise. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Rise 26 video. I don't know how to do that. Oh, hold on. 1 second. Watch your ears because this might be loud. You've been warned.
Before a tornado appears beneath a spinning storm. Before a tornado appears beneath a spinning storm. Before the first bolt of lightning strikes the plains. Tornado appears beneath a spinning storm. Before the first bolt of lightning strikes the plains. Before the first updraft rises and reshapes the sky. Before the first bolt of lightning strikes the first updraft, the atmosphere whispers reshapes the sky. A turn of the wind, a breath of moisture. A boundary tightening miles away. A turn of the wind, moments, so small, yet powerful enough to decide what a storm becomes. Moments, so small, but these moments unfold in places we rarely reach, changing faster than our tools have ever measured. These moments unfold in places we rarely reach, changing faster. Rise 26. High resolution intelligence into storm environments. Changing faster. A mission powered by passion. High resolution and made possible into storm environments. Changing faster. A mission powered by passion. High resolution and made possible into storm environments. Changing faster. A mission powered by passion. High resolution.
I think that is super
possible
cool.
into storm.
Oh no. Was that you guys probably had that whole thing echoing in the background. I gotta redo that, don't I? Son of a bitch. You had that thing was probably echoing the whole time, wasn't it? God damn. Why is let me know this guy. All right, I'm gonna do that one more time for you guys. Let me know this, folks, please. Please, 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 please. Let me know when something like that happens. It helps out a lot. So I will run that again without the echo because I know somebody probably actually wants that. So please, 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 please help me out a little bit when something's wrong. Let me know something's wrong. But here we go. We'll do it again here. All right. Yeah. So I see nothing coming from that for sound. So we should be good.
Before a tornado appears beneath a spinning storm. Before the first bolt of lightning strikes the plains. Before the first updraft rises and reshapes the sky. The atmosphere of the wind, a breath of moisture, a boundary tightening miles away. Moments so small, yet powerful enough to decide what a storm becomes. But these moments unfold in places we rarely reach, changing faster than our tools have ever measured. RISE 26, high-resolution intelligence into storm environments. A mission powered by passion and made possible by you.
Hang on. I totally messed something up there for a second, but we're back. I think I hit the wrong button. See, I don't have anything set up to pull audio from the computer. Oops. I think I hit the wrong button. See, I don't have anything set up. I think I actually dropped our stream for a second. Oops. I think I hit the wrong button. See, I don't have anything. Yeah, I need a scene set up so I don't have to manually do that. That was the problem there. But anyway, that was the problem. Sorry about that. But anyway, so that's what we're doing, and I'm actually really excited about this. So that's what your GoFundMe stuff is going toward. That's what everything that we do is going toward. Basically, pretty much literally everything on this channel is going toward that. And we need some corporate sponsors. Like we need like Walmart or somebody to be like, hey, here's $10,000. Put your, say that Walmart's cool or something. Obviously, I don't want to like ruin what we're doing with a bunch of corporate sponsors, but it's like, holy smokes. Like you see some of these people out here in the land of YouTube get sponsored for playing video games. Like for shit's sakes, like we're doing a real world video game for goddamn, like Jesus Christ, man. Sponsored for playing video. So we know that RainX ain't gonna sponsor us. I've talked way too bad about them, but I actually tried to get RainX to sponsor us a long time ago, and they flat out told me a hard no. So, like, hard no, like, stop emailing us. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, they basically told me to stop emailing them. Whatever. RainX sucks. It actually, it does, but it doesn't. It's not. Whatever. Let's look at the terminal on our. Oh yeah, look at that. Good. Everything is within normal range. Fantastic. Okay, I don't know what happened there. I went to go switch something. I think what I'm doing is I'm turning off the source. I went to go switch something. I think what I'm... So, that's very strange. I don't know why that happened. Weird. Doing it again? No. It is nice to have a place to stream from, though. on a regular basis. That might have been a YouTube problem though. It looks like YouTube was actually, yeah, looking at the log, it looks like YouTube rejected us for a second. I don't know why. Whatever. No, that stuff runs 24/7. Well, I'm gonna go take this stuff to Best Buy. I was going to, or the return. Um, I was going to take you guys along and test the mobile streaming, but I really don't want to do that without my truck because I want to have a tablet or a computer with in case it does or doesn't work. That way I can actually monitor it. So I'm gonna test that without you guys, and then I don't know if I might be live for a little bit tomorrow, but the day after Christmas, I think we'll go just drive around and make sure that that's all working. I don't really have anything else. Uh, I appreciate everybody who did ride along with us. Those. Oh, you know what? Huh. Okay, we didn't have it. We didn't have a hiccup. I see what I did. I was looking at the wrong. Sorry, I'm dumb. We got too many screens up. Let me change this right now while I'm thinking about it. There we go. Well, I think I'm out of here. Thanks for riding or being around, folks. I'm gonna we're starting like couldn't I hold on. Hang on a second, guys. I found out what the problem is there. Okay. All right. I think we're gonna be okay now. But I had to take kind of a couple of days off because we were configuring so much with the network. The network was just up and down, up and down. We never would have been able to stream. Like it's just trying to set static IPs and figuring out what's what. The port that I need to open here. Oh, where is it? Oh, whatever. I'll do. Oh, there it is. All right, folks. You guys have a good night, and I will be back within the next day or two. I just now that we've got the internet stuff, like we can actually stream as intended. So, have a good night, everybody, and I will see you back here in I don't know, a couple of days, probably.